Hello and welcome back to video discourses. As every time I told you, I am just trying to explain you matters in a very simple language, which almost all people or majority of you must be incurring the same problems and the same questions. This time I had been asked by people that which is preferred, whether theism or atheism. One should be a theist or one should be an atheist, which will help him to be more spiritual. Well, I said this is a nice question today. I want to tell you one thing, that as far as for a theist and an atheist, both are concerned. Both are equally away from the reality. They are just like the two sides of a coin in which the reality rolls in between. So both of them are equally away from the truth. Because as I told you, the theist always needs some doctrine, and somewhere at least the thing has to be written somewhere or has to be established and being proved by the religion or by means of any other religious means or other thing. And same is the matter with the atheist. Atheist needs some background which should be confirmed only by science. And these are the two things where the drawbacks, because both of them cannot have their own side as such, because they are not able to see with their own eyes. One will be seeing with the eyes of the religion, other will be seeing with the eyes of science. And both of them may keep on changing, and accordingly, as their own, they don't have got their own side. In spirituality, as I told you, you should know, you should be able to experience. And spirituality is experiencing a thing. And theism and atheism, they are just things to be proved by some doctrine or by some other methods which are going on continuously, either with logic or with science, and keep on arguing with the matter that exists. One has the problem to just believe in the other thing, and other has the problem believing in the other thing. So both of them are on the equal distance from this thing. Both are just like the intoxicated people. The theist is intoxicated by religion and the atheist is intoxicated by science. And only the two things keep a change. As I always tell, both are very close to superstition. For one, the religion can become a superstition, and for other, science can become a superstition. Because the atheist cannot believe anything as long as it is proved by science. And as far as science itself makes very contradictory statements. And as I told you, even two scientists cannot agree on the same point. They are talking different on different matters. So how long you can just believe in science is also a question. Because today in modern day science, majority people would like to prefer to be an atheist, because as science they see it is developing, because more and more funds by government and other people are spent on science, in progress of science. So naturally, and in communication also, it's very easy for science to fled all over the world. But it's okay, you should, as I told you, but if you are just going by the way of science or by just what scientists are saying, because one scientist denies the other what say, the other scientist denies, the third one will deny the both two of them, and he will have another finding. These things are going on, and as we have seen, there had been many contradictory things in science also. So even after being an atheist during this time, which can be a tendency, because in olden days, people used to be theists, because at that time the religion was dominating in the world, and everywhere everything was answered and examined on the criteria of religion. And today, both of the things are fighting with each other. As we see, some people still today believe in religion more, and they like to be a theist, and they are very proud of being a theist. I come across many sort of people throughout my life. One day I had many people. One was a theist, other was an atheist. Both of them were my friends. So one day I just had a session with them, and I was trying there, I said, okay, you prove each other, you prove theism and you prove your atheism. And then later on, after a certain period, they both were enjoying, because both of them are used to just have something to discuss, something to argue, and accordingly they just got a ground on which they can talk. So that was the dialogue between both of them, but it ended without any conclusion, because the conclusion was that the atheist was impressed by the theist and theist was impressed by atheist, but both of them were not able to pick up each other's things, what was the metal inside it. So as I told you, for a person to be on the spiritual ground, he should learn to experience, and he should try to see with your own eyes, and should try to experience, and then have his own inferences about things that are going around, and not just believing or just urging for the thing that has been written or been proved by some person in a religion, or for an atheist as it is by a science or some logical statements or by some scientists. And these things will go on. So unless and until you are able to decide on yourself, you are able to experience yourself. So if you believe in theism, you can just see there are a few good points in theism, there are a few good points in atheism. You should be able to pick them up, then experience them, and then you should try to conclude it. Not just because it has been proved or it has been written in some religion or it has been written by some scientist, it has been written in some science. And if you just need those backgrounds for yourself, you cannot hope anything in running on the spiritual path, because on the spiritual path, it is just yourself and experiencing what you know and what you believe is what you do actually. And if you believe, then only you will be able to do. If you don't believe, you won't be able to do. So the belief and not belief is not only the matter, but the thinking in which you are supposed to go ahead. So being a theist or being an atheist can't just help you to walk on the spiritual path, because both of theism and atheism both are like intoxications, and they can keep on a person just who has been continually fooling people throughout the world. So longer period has been gone, still the war goes on, and yet it has not come to any end. Nobody can conclude between a theist and an atheist, because both are equally away from reality.